Here we go. It's okay to be
What's in the
fat.
box?
Man, she just won't stop talking.
I'm answering questions off of my story right now, and one of them was, when did you realize it's okay to be fat?
When I realized it would get me a following on social media.
So actually in 2018, I was on sort of like a weight loss kick trying to do that. And
Trying to be healthy, trying to take care of myself, kind of, but doing it wrong. And, it was effort and stuff, and I just didn't want to do it anymore.
and as I got into 2019, the beginning of 2019,
She's wearing a sheet, by the way. That's a king size.
body started changing.
It's a tarp.
I
Fuck.
started gaining a little bit of weight, and I was like,
You don't say.
really struggling with internalized fat phobia
Oh.
because my entire family has taught me from birth, just picked apart my body, said fat is horrible.
Yeah.
But my body was changing, so I needed to dress it. I've only thought about the origins of how I unlearned it or the inciting moments a few times, but it really was just fat fashion and fat influencers who post fashion outfits or
Yeah, fat influencers. I told you. See, this shit's poison on social media. Fat influencers got her. They got her in the fat fishnet. They got her.
daily life content. I started watching Emma Thompson Hill in 2019 to kind of figure out clothing hauls and like where I could get clothes that fit my body now that I wasn't straight size.
Ha! Not straight size. You mean you weren't like of a decent human weight? You're morbidly obese. It's not straight sized. You were just properly sized. You were at a better weight. And now you're morbidly obese. So improvements. Yay.
And I had never seen a fat person that was happy. Never. I didn't think it was a thing.
I wonder why. I wonder why. I wonder why you never saw a fat person happy, because it's not comfortable. How many of you watching live were fat, or you're currently fat? How happy do you feel? How good does it feel? How good does it feel to be fat? You're morbidly obese. How good does that feel? Does it feel good to be out of breath walking up a flight of 5 fucking stairs? How good does it feel to get out of a car when you can barely fucking move? How nice is it to look down and not see your dick or your clit? How nice is it to not be able to put on a pair of shoes because you can't get past your fucking rolls, or it's just compressing your thoracic spine? You can't breathe when you're tying your shoes. How great is it? Isn't it awesome? Isn't it awesome? Isn't it great to be fucking fat? And you feel so fucking good.
Because at that point, my social media was just full of before and after weight loss pages and things like that. So, like, I was just really in this environment at home and online that was really fat phobic. I watched more of her videos. I followed her.
Let me be clear. I'm not saying that maybe her parents were verbally abusive and feeding her fat, and then likely her parents didn't understand how to be healthy and led her down a bad road. But this doesn't change the fact that it's just not healthy to be fat. I'm not saying that your parents didn't suck. Maybe they did suck. But this isn't the answer.
And I followed other fat creators and
Fat creators. Holy shit, fucking fat creators. God, these phrases are make me want to.
had a moment to myself. I'm like, they look good when they're fat. They're not supposed
Said no one ever. Said no one ever. Until you, which is impressive.
to look good when they're fat. But they do.
They don't.
I realized it was okay to be fat.
They don't.
When I saw other people okay with being fat.
They're lying to themselves too. You're just getting sucked into their grift, and it's like this fucking chain reaction grift. You're getting sucked into their delusion and you're creating your own delusion. This is what I'm talking. This is the fucking mind virus. This is the mind virus. But everyone, hey, wear 5 fucking masks and hide in your basement. Or how about don't be severely unhealthy and you won't get sick from most diseases, period, if you're fucking healthy.
And not just being okay with it, but actively trying not to change it and living their life to the fullest. They had belly lines and big stomachs and big arms.
Hold on, let me
and
rewind
being
it. Sorry.
fat.
I didn't
And
listen.
not just being okay with it, but actively trying not to change it and living their life to the fullest.
Yeah, actively trying not to change it. Actively staying fat because that's their identity. That's the following that they created. And if they lose fat, then they actually go against their entire thesis and identity, and their followers would be like, oh, you're being inauthentic, you're grifting. So you can't stop the grift. You can't stop doing it. That's why you have to stay unhealthy until you fucking die.
They had belly lines and big stomachs and big arms, and they didn't care. From there,
Of course they care. Not one single person. All right, hold on a second. Not one single obese person is happy looking like that. If they could snap their fingers and change every single, you listen to me, they're lying to you. You listen to me, not one obese person is like, they wouldn't change it if they could. Not a fucking chance. There's your answer right there.
I unfollowed all
And they
of the
can
weight
change
loss
it.
pages, and I just followed a whole bunch of fat creators, which then led me into following people into fat liberation, which then
Liberate us. Liberate us. Liberate our fatness. Oh, the fat genocide. Oh, we're in fat prison. We're in fat prison. You need to be in fucking prison. You need to be in prison. Exercising. Forced to exercise and eat properly every day. You need a fat concentration camp.
got me interested in fat liberation and fat positivity, true body positivity.
That's not true body positivity. That's the grift. True body positivity is for amputees and burn victims and people that have issues physically and things like that can't be changed. That's not true body positivity. That's the fucking lie. That's the scam. You're being scammed. And you're telling everyone how proud you are to be scammed. And you're so proud to be scammed that you're scamming other people.
And then I started following people that posted infographics.
Yes, we get it. You followed a lot of people. You're playing the victim as if like you are just suckling off the teat. You're a follower. You're a sheep. You've been lied to and you're just telling everyone how gullible you are. This is not a flex.
Disproving all of these things I had thought that were fact, and I was presented with new information that I just hadn't had before because the world's
New information doesn't mean it's correct, sweetie.
fatphobic. It doesn't want you to realize that you can be fat and be fine.
What does that mean? You could be fat and be fine. You can be fat. You're not going to be fine for long. Someone tell me where all the 70 and 80-year-old fat people are. Can someone tell me where the 70-year-old fat people are? Where are the morbidly obese 7-year-olds? In the ground.
So sometime in 2019, I realized it was okay to be fat because so many people were. And I tried
It's okay to be a Nazi because so many people were circa 1937. Yeah, so many people are. I realize it's okay to be fat because so many people are. That must mean it's okay. So many people are doing it. You see how it's so easy to just brainwash people? Just because so many people are. She's like literally explaining how authoritarianism works.
so hard, and it made me miserable. And I realized I had a choice between staying miserable in a body that was not going to change back to being thin.
Because your habits, you've probably done the damage already from just getting fat for so many fucking years. Again, I would love to hear her day, like a week, telling you. I would love to hear, and we're never going to get this from one of these people, but in honest, I would love to know, like behind the scenes, literally like an itinerary, what a day in the, like what time, like if we had like a laid out, imagine the data. She woke up at this time. She did this. Boom, 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 boom. Just black and white data. Here's a week example. Can you imagine the fucking nonsense? Can you imagine how easy it would be to correct or how fundamentally backwards her habits are? Can you imagine if she, I'm just saying, like we've tried this before. I'm not going to, can you imagine if she joined the Swole fam? She actually ate like carnivore, grass-fed beef, and she ate like organ meats. She lifted weights. She meditated. Can you imagine if she did the 7 pillars can you imagine if she did that for a month, 2 months? Can you imagine how much she would change? Can you imagine?
Thin ideal was gone after reading from so many scholars.
10 seconds.
My personal
How is-
experience, everyone else's experiences. I realized I can live my life and be fat, or stall it and keep being miserable. I hope that answered everything.
I will say that the only thing that's somewhat correct is that happiness is a choice, but happiness, which is actually, you're disguising delusion as happiness. So that's not correct, but happiness is a choice, but lying to yourself, that's not really what the happiness is a choice thing. It doesn't mean lie to yourself.